Hello, my friends. Today's date is October the 14th, and this is a birthday reading or event creation reading or anniversary reading for those people or events that were created on this day, October the 14th. This is a four-card pull, a general energy for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card. So, what is the general energy card of the year? Well, it's about the venom. And what is the venom except a sense of something psychically poisonous in our systems? Uh, Maybe it's an actual physical venom, maybe this is about, being bit by something, but more than that, it is the venom that we hold inside of ourselves that wants to lash out in the way that it was given to us. And it is a it is a challenge for all of humanity to understand the venoms that are inside each of us and can control us until we learn how to look at them and talk to them and work through forgiveness of them and learn how to channel them in a healthier way. The venom will eat us alive if we don't work on it. The venom will eat others alive if we throw it out as some kind of poison that we've already faced. And the venoms that are thrown to us are the recognition that that person has had venom given to them, thrown at them, and that they take it on, and that's the only thing that they know how to do with it is to throw it out at others. So what is this year about looking at the different senses of venom, toxic situations, toxic pollutions, angry situations that boil up and erupt into harsh words and harsh actions and harsh intentions? So the venom um, is what we get to look at in ourselves and learn how to deal with it in better ways, in more understanding ways, in more loving ways, so that it doesn't eat us alive. So, what is your challenge? Page of Pentacles is the challenge, and normally, uh, if it's not a challenge, you know what you want to do. You know what you physically want to do. This is a youthful energy. You have great ideas about what calls you to work, what calls you to adventure, what calls you to physical reality, that calls you to study it in some way, to physically be involved with it in some way. This is a young man studying photography. It's a physical endeavor. It's often a heart pursuit, but it's a physical endeavor that speaks to this person. So this is about not being able to do some kind of physical pursuit that you think is right for you and is needed for you. Maybe this is a relationship with somebody else. More than likely, it might be a study that you want to undertake or an adventure that you want to undertake, but either you and or someone else or some group is blocking you and you're mad about it and want to uh, you want to be angry about it. You want to be angry at whoever is controlling you, or you want to be angry at yourself for not allowing yourself to follow your path and to or that you're angry that something else is blocking you from following your path, and you want to, on some level, throw your venom out at it. You want to uh, call it names. You want to set bad intentions for it. You want to cast negative spells at it. It's like, what are you doing with your venom around not being able to pursue what you want to pursue on a physical level, on a studies level, on an adventure level, on a relationship level? And what do you do with that? Well, what you can do with that is the butterfly energy, the action to take to stay in balance, is the recognition that everything has its right time and place. You can't push the river. You can't change the four stages of a butterfly in its growth from basically an idea to become a butterfly through its pupal and its cocoon stages. Everything has stages of growth, everything has stages of development, and the right time and the right place where things will come along. So, in a lot of ways, this is about learning about patience, learning about forgiveness, learning about feeling one's anger and realizing it, looking at it, facing it, and trying to figure out a different way to work with one's impatience and one's anger and one's frustration than to just throw it out into the world as another negative bomb that just continues a cycle that is really hard for all of us to break. So, this is a powerful year to learn about your truth and your voice. Learn about the words and the thoughts that keep you from following your truth and your voice and your authenticity. Learn about those ways to deal with people in situations who might block you, but you have to realize that maybe they're blocking you for uh, a reason that's right, because it's not time for you to do something and it's not right in its stage of development or yours to go there. So maybe they have some divine play in this that you don't understand. But the key energy here is, what are you doing with your anger about it? What are you doing with your anger about it? What are you doing with the venom that's in your mouth, in your soul, that may be coloring your very existence in a negative way? How are you going to come to a place that is better for you? Because ultimately, this is about you learning patience and learning to be calm and learning how to find peace and learning how to use your venom in a constructive and positive way for change, for clarity, for a sense of power again. So that is all that is the synopsis card, and the end card of this is a mile marker. At least a synopsis, I think, for this card. Soul cards, no definition, purely intuition. Well, this is about you finding your voice. This is about you finding your song. This is about you finding the power of your words. And if you look inside this mouth, there's a whole bunch of people in there congregating in their sense of their white robes, their purity robes. They're all looking into the darkness, but they're not in a bad place. They're in a prayerful place. So the more you can utilize your voice from a prayerful place, from what's good for all of humanity place, for a how can I sing and rejoice and be positive place, from a I don't want to throw my poison out into the world to just keep the poisons going place. And that is kind of the sense of this whole reading, how to not throw your own venom, your own anger, your own pain that was shown to you, usually by somebody else, and thereby they need some forgiveness, but you need to look at it. How can you not throw out your pain into the world and just keep a cycle going? Ahom Mitakuye Oyasin, blessed be.